mostly for lockdown. And I don't know how this is gonna look in the team fights, honestly. I feel like in team fighting, it's a more TLPH lineup.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. The early game is where I am most critical of how that's gonna go well for TNC. TLPH feels like this can go. This lineup can fight all day long.
Yeah. If TNC manages to take control of the mid early on, we can expect a easy snowball, maybe even for Zyda. But just like what happened to game number 1, even if they had full control over the early game, TLPH just literally clapped back towards the mid game.
Big clap back is what we're expecting here as we load up for game number 2. And I would say TNC, this might be a bit more difficult game compared to game number 1. Again, all depends on how Zyda kind of navigates this alongside Gawi for the early game.
By the way, you gotta acknowledge, though, for this game, that for TNC Pro Team and Team Liquid, 2 questions. Who's gonna have the easier time jungling, and who wins the EXP lane?
Oh,
Those are gonna be whoever answers those better are gonna be the ones who win the game. With the face-off that you have, with the Cho Hilda, with the Gatot Lucas, and of course with the Fanny Suyo. Yeah.
this feels like an EXP lane's just gonna get cleared and then left.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Literally, a dead lane. We'll see 4 heroes for each side. Just literally sitting in the mid lane.
Alright, so walking it up, Carl TZ quite deep in the enemy territory, gets 1 camp. It's already a small XP advantage you have on the Suyo, but Zyda's on the other side. He's actually going to prioritize the XP crowd.
All right, nothing too crazy with the emblems that we have now.
Ah!
Zyda! Damn!
Jesus!
You asked the question, Zyda answered. Zyda looks like he's having a better time in the jungle so far.
Oh yeah, you get the first blood. You can definitely say you're having the better time so far. Great start here for TNC Pro Team. Great aggression that they're showing. Let's see if they can continue it.
They're quite happy to take that. And even forcing a flicker out of Sanji, so that might make TLPH's early game a lot more hesitant. Make him more hesitant to maybe check these bushes. And yeah, a very easy turtle here. Should be for TNC, but look at that, TLPH, they seem to want to contest this.
Okay, here comes the Revitalize coming in from JP, but the damage from Lancey is there as well, and Carl TZ secures the first turtle, might go for Lord JM, forcing out this flicker. Here comes the Shockwave Blast from Sanford, brings down Lord JM.
Beast has been unleashed here. I would say that TLPH, despite losing out earlier, are still very healthily in control of this game. Zyda, not really making himself known quite yet.
Yeah, they know that it's not yet their power spike, and it all boiled down to what you were mentioning during the drafting phase. When it comes to team fight objective takes, it looks like TLPH really has it for their side because it's easier to pull off.
Oh, they see a retribution used by Zyda there, yes.
Yeah, that was a steal. Carl TZ lost his orange buff, stolen away by Zyda. So, wow, what a game Zyda's been having. He wasn't able to contest for the first turtle, but he's already gotten the first blood and has gotten a buff steal from Carl TZ. He has a slight lead over him, around 166 in terms of the gold, favoring the Fanny. Since the Lucas is on the board again, we have to acknowledge the change for him. They remove the effect of the aftershock damage of his Shockwave Blast, and now it deals damage to all enemies in range. It used to just be the first target hit, and then everyone else gets hit by the aftershock effect. Now everyone just gets blasted equally with no aftershock effect, and they even increase the damage of the Shockwave Blast.
Make it a lot easier to hit those beast hits, beast aftershocks.
So right now, Zyda level 1 ahead over Carl TZ. And looking at the lineup of TLPH, they don't have a clear lockdown onto the Fanny apart from Sanji's IMU whenever he has the Way of the Dragon. So it looks like Sanji needs to do overtime, take control over the mid lane, at the same time lock down Zyda later on.
Yeah. Right now though, Zyda hasn't been disturbed. He's the one doing more of the disturbing up top. I think he might get Sanford.
Hunting down Sanford!
Oh! Sliced the beast in half and right on time because a second turtle is up for grabs for TNC.
All right, so that's a big buff, but will Zyda make it in time for the turtle? I don't think so. He does.
Oh, but
No!
and Zyda gets the turtle away from the cavalry.
Kick by
Look at the
Sanji.
damage coming in from TNC. Kick from Sanji. They're going right after him.
No way.
He's going to be taken down by the members of the Phoenix Army, and they're going for more. Lord JM and Yawi as well. They might set their eyes on Carl TZ and JP. One more hit. A flicker from Lancy. Final blow to the young goat. But Oeb answers back with a kill onto Yawi. But 3 will fall down for TLPH.
Chaos in the map yet again, and TNC Pro Team continue to play around this Fanny incredibly well. Lord JM and Sanford trading aggro takes. After a long fight, Carl TZ gets taken out, while Zyda gets away scot-free with a turtle steal from a kill that was started off in the top lane. He went all the way to the turtle, making it in time to steal it away. What a game that Zyda's been having so far.
He literally was still on the base doors when the turtle was half. I can't believe he did that.
Commit the kick, plus the Sanguine Claws onto JP. Here comes Zyda, AOG to retreat. So no AOG so far for TLPH.
Bit too late for the kick there, but for the meantime, TNC looks like they're quite happy with the way that things are crawling out on the map.
So that's where Team Liquid Philippines decide to get a little bit more single target lockdown by stealing the ultimate of the Cho away. That is what Sanji is doing with the IMU of the Valentina. So if ever they're going to have a kick for Zyda whenever he shows up, and so far Zyda's entries have been really great. And TNC Pro Team have been collapsing at the right time on TLPH's formation so that when Zyda shows up, it's just going to be easy cleanup for the Assassin.
And not to mention, even Lancy, towards the last clash, he even flickered into the tower of TLPH just to secure a kill onto Carl TZ and to JP. But now an aggressive rotation coming in from TLPH. That's a 3-man rotation. Might get forced back by TNC.
Try to mirror it. Sanford actually was brought down to around 35% health up top alone by Zyda.
Okay, Sanji commits already the way of the dragon towards Yawi. Here comes the Salmon Force coming in from Oheb. They're going to bring down the Lover Boy. JP soaking up the damage. AOG defensively. Zyda spots out Sanji. 1 member down for TNC.
It seems like they're going to be quite happy to just push back TLPH for the meantime. Try to get as much damage onto that turtle. Maybe just secure it. Forcing back Carl TZ, though, is huge.
Okay. Again, TNC secures the objective. Now they're targeting Sanford. In a beautiful kill, Lord JM shuts down Sanford.
Sanford feels like he's getting targeted so much in this game, man.
Again, that was the question. Who wins the EXP lane and who has an easier time jungling? The answer for that have both been TNC players. Lord JM won the EXP. Zyda is having an easier time playing the jungle right now. That's why we see Team Liquid Philippines on the back foot and TNC Pro Team starting off the tempo, even though they were the ones to get the initial pick off onto Yawi. With Sanji and getting the kick and JP capping it off with a taunt to lock the Cho down. TNC Pro Team still had the Hilda to hold the formation, paired up with the Sicilian as well. Team Liquid could not heavily contest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you already used up your lockdown for Yawi, who's stopping Lancy? Who's stopping Zyda? And TNC is just really showing that they're 2 steps ahead of TLPH, even down to the draft. A conceal from Lord JM. 1.6k gold lead already for TNC, and they're looking to go for the mid lane.
It's not quite a big gold lead, but it's saying something considering it's a Suyo, it's a Valentina, very aggressive. JP can kind of go ham as well. They just cannot catch this Fanny, and it's really messing up their plans.
Yeah, we're also seeing the Sicilian pick up, giving a lot of difficulty to Team Liquid. They spot out Zyda.
Sees 2 of them. That's a lot of info for TNC.
Zyda
knows he doesn't need to fight.
2-level gap though. Big advantage for Zyda over Carl TZ. TNC Pro Team, they can continue just playing around their control right now as the minion waves tough to handle for Team Liquid. And even the objective team fight's too risky. If they cannot get the Granger and the Sicilian down quick enough, it's going to be hard for Team Liquid to fight.
Yeah, especially since Lancy just picked up an early Wishing Lantern for the Phoenix Army. Now 3 seconds in, the First Lord will be responding. TNC in full control over the Lord bit.
Full control right now. Lord JM on that forward bush. He knows all eyes on him. Forcing back with Unbreakable. JP is really going to have to make a very crucial decision later. That AOG is going to be so important to get that fight started. Or maybe end the fight.
They're gonna go first for the bottom lane push as Zyda picks up a turret down the bottom. Might even go right after OHIB. Here comes the cables. Cutthroat already used up. OHIB goes in with his Zaman Force, but was able to sustain Zyda. OHIB already used up his Zaman Force, but survived, fortunately, up against Zyda.
Yeah, close call. Zyda just built up the Malefic Roar before that engagement. I thought OHIB would get blasted, but good thing he was able to pop down the Zaman Force, dance around it, and get shields to boot. But yeah, TNC Pro Team could just ride this out. This we were talking about earlier. There's a reason why I preferred their lineup right now in this game number 2. And we're seeing everything just come into full effect here for TNC Pro Team. Holding the right shrubs, controlling the center of the map, allowing Lord JM to provide space and go into a little bit of deeper access points so that they can get more information concealed by Yawi.
We're gonna look for a proper target, commits the flicker, but a beautiful immune coming in from Sanford disrupts TNC, and now a kill onto the Loverboy, the punish Sanji with his own kick. Here comes JP with an AOG, gonna connect onto Lancy, but a kill spree coming in from Zyda as they're trying to work on Lord JM up against 3. Carl TZ, Queller will connect, but the damage isn't gonna be enough. Sanford goes in with a flicker, flash combo connection, one more hit onto Lord JM, buying a lot of time, even forcing out Carl TZ's retribution, still alive but gonna get taken down by Carl TZ, and the clap back from Benny Cutie to secure a kill.
Ooh, and Carl TZ able to avoid the damage from the Sicilian just in time. With an engage by TNC Pro Team and Liquid. Lots of sidestepping. Sanji did not find the right angle. Benny QT able to readjust his position so that he wouldn't get kicked closer to the members of Team Liquid Philippines. And now it's TNC Pro Team with the advantage. It should be on this Lord, but Team Liquid are going to be... Let's see if they'll rush it because Zyda had to leave for a moment.
It took a while to get in, back into the fight here, and Yawi gonna get taken out.
And Carl TZ, the young goat, secures the Lord.
Hesitation by TNC Pro Team. Zyda thought about stealing the purple buff of Carl TZ first, but what they gave up was a chance to contest the Lord. He was able to show up just in time, but Carl TZ was in a better, more comfortable position to retribution it for Team Liquid.
You know what blows my mind so much in that one is TLPH was down 3 members. But TNC still decided, you know what, let's play slow. Let's just dance around this one. I know Zyda was busy with his purple buff, but I think they took too long in that last one.
Yeah, even Lancy was forced to back away as Lord JM working on JP. The Death Sonata from Benny Cutie connecting. But JP still alive. Zyda going up against 2. Here comes Sanford and OHIB. Zyda has to walk away with the cables. And now you can already feel the damage coming in from TLPH. They're slowly crawling back and regaining map control.
Just like game number 1, OHEB feels like he's just a slow wind-up into a big hit. And I think TNC is slowly feeling the impact of this Harif in this game.
Yeah, I think we also might be seeing now the reduction of the rewards around the gold lane with the crab, with the first 10 minion waves or siege minions.
Kills a lot slower, you're right.
Just a little bit slower.
Lord JM got out of position there from TLPH.
Be a broken tower if no one runs to it.
Okay.
And that's going to be a big minion.
Yeah. Full item built up already, actually. Or just one more. Fury Hammer was picked up a little bit later. War Axe, Malefic Roar, Anti-Cuirass, and the Radiant Armor already for Zyda. He needed to build a bit more sustainability there in the end. So it's the Spell Vamp focused, sustainable yet still very deadly Fanny build that we're seeing for Zyda.
You can see it already. It lacked a bit of a damage because there are a lot of times where it was a few hits away and bringing down OHIB, but still looking at OHIB's KDA 202. So TNC Zyda, you have to overthink, or you have to think twice whenever you want to go for an isolated kill over OHIB, because again, you went for the sustain type of build.
Yeah, that sustain is really going to be so crucial later on, especially if they don't really reach those critical mass levels yet. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for that one. But so far, again, we talked about it earlier, Sanford feels like he's the target. So I think that's the reason why he's hanging back a little bit more than usual here with JP up on front.
Yeah, you even saw it when Yawi committed the flicker and casted the Wave of the Dragon, but Sanford was quick enough to cast the Unleash the Beast where he was immune. That's why it disrupted the potential aggression of TNC.
I also want to talk about how they're Yawi's really going all in on these plays.
Yeah, he needs to bide his time a little bit better though. You got to see there that Team Liquid Philippines was able to eventually win that engagement out because Yawi was punished by Team Liquid. Wouldn't be surprised if they keep watching out for this Cho and just keep playing around the idea that they can punish Yawi and then eventually steamroll through TNC Pro Team.
Okay. Sanji does have the way of the dragon, so assuming that they see Zaida, okay,
They
already
used it.
commits it onto Lord JM. Paired up with his Almond Force,
Yawi!
they're going to have to walk away, but the kick coming in from Yawi, Call CZ is gone. Here comes Clapback coming in from TLPH, they're working on Yawi. One member down for TLPH, Unleash the Beast is there, but they're going one-on-one. As
he's
Sanford
down.
brings down the Loverboy. Lancey, one more hit onto Sanford, and both teams will disengage.
Okay, that's jungle for Rome, though. Not a good trade for Team Liquid Philippines. Zydo will be here. TNC Pro Team still healthy to go ahead and try and rush this. Let's see if they can. Sanji has an IMU, but what can they do without their jungler?
15 seconds on the clock. This is going to be crucial here. They have to stay alive.
Sanji sizing up. Oheb goes in with his Almond Force. They're forcing TNC to back off. Oh, mega kill coming in from Benny Cutie. Zaida also secures the Lord. Immortality of Zaida will be popped, but TNC still no casualties, plus the Lord.
Very fast movements from Zaida, staying alive. He absorbs so much damage as well for TLPH, and now they will have the Lord in tow. 20 seconds for JP as well. These turrets will go down.
Some buying and selling that we saw from Zaida. He sold the Malefic Roar so that he can full build the Heptases, and then having gold yet again to rebuild the Malefic Roar. Zaida already on the way to an MVP winning game. Let's track Zaida here. Team Liquid decide to commit this so that they can push Zaida back and knock him from the Lord. Zaida waited, bided his time, cabled a little bit to the center, then upwards towards the Lord to retribution it. What a movement.
Did he buy mid-air?
Yeah, he did. He bought mid.
What the heck?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was clutch from Zaida.
I'm so impressed right now. My jaw dropped on the floor. Got to look for it. But here they come, walking up on top with the Lord.
Okay. Lord about to siege in onto the top lane as TLPH trying to deal enough damage. Sanford goes in, flickers
But
in,
punished.
but gets punished down by the Phoenix Army. Sangman Claw is going to connect onto JP as Benny Cutie, giving out that Sonatas plus Rhapsodies, forcing JP to use the AOG defensively. Oheb goes in with his Almond
What?
Force. Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, can he be able to do it?
What?
Sanji has a whip to drag.
Whoa!
Oheb is going crazy. An
Zaida.
unstoppable kill coming in from Zaida. The clapback once again from TNC. Lord James Immortality will be popped. Flickers out immediately. Zaida going after 3, forcing TLPH to back off. Oheb with a beautiful kill, but TNC manages to respond.
What a bloody exchange we saw in that last few minutes. Whew, 17 minutes on the timer, boys.
That could have been disastrous, but TNC Pro Team positioned themselves relatively well around the Zalman Force that Oheb brought down. Oheb got punished there. That was a good call by him and a good call by Team Liquid to try and force something to get kills. But in the end, Zaida, Benecutie, and Lancey are still untouched. 3 members of TNC Pro Team, the core damage dealers with no deaths for the Phoenix Army.
Again, I would just wonder how long they can keep this up. All of Yawi's deaths have been very good sacrifices so far for TNC. It's always been worth it. I mean, maybe 4 out of 6.
Yeah, and the best part is they have Lancey at the Sicilian. Coming into the late game, if TLPH manages to come back, they're just going to have immense clear wave to eventually have an opportunity to end the game immediately because they have Lancey, and as Renmar mentioned, still untouched with the 208 KDA.
Got pretty good scaling so far. And like you mentioned, that Sicilian just going to keep going and going and going. So you don't really want to take this game too long if you're TLPH.
Okay. Lord, Enhanced Lord
Game
has
started.
responded now. 18-minute mark is going to be crucial. We've been seeing times wherein they're just going to bait out the Lord for kills instead. But TNC can indeed secure this Lord up against TLPH. Here comes the conceal. Coming in from Yawi, they're looking for a proper target. Sanji still doesn't have the way of the dragon. Yawi forcing TLPH. Here comes a kick coming in from Sanji. Oh, Lancey secures the Lord. TLPH desperately wanting a clapback. Sanford has to flicker out. Here comes an Revitalize. Zaida just mounting on to the back as TNC disengage with the Lord.
They were so busy taking that team fight, they said, you know what, Zaida's here, maybe he won't retreat. But it was Lancey who come out on top with the Lord. Maybe his damage right now with Bat Impact is just maybe at retreat damage, I don't know.
Zaida's retribution timer is half a second ahead of Carl Tizzi's.
Oh.
Yet Lancy still somehow, some way, got the last hit on that Lord.
Unbelievable.
That's straight up bad luck by Team Liquid. Still great engaged by TNC Pro Team. They could end it here, honestly. They can.
Their bad luck might extend because TNC sieging in Zyda onto the bottom lane, working on the turret. JP forced to use the AOG's immortality.
Cancel.
Looking at the damage coming in from TNC. Zyda just going in with the cables. Plus the Sacklink lost, back lost. Calls easy. JP gone. TNC looks like the storm rages on.
And they are going to come out on top. We're going to get a game 3 of this, folks. And no one is complaining at all. This is going to be something for the